Master these 3 methods for wild carp fishing. Big carp will come to you. Many anglers have heard the saying, wild rivers produce big carp, but when they actually get to the water's edge, they often worry, this place has more grass than water, I can't even cast my rod. Even if there are fish, I can't catch them. It's true, wild rivers are dense with aquatic plants, leaving no shoreline space to stand near the bank, and casting farther out risks snagging on the bottom. Let alone catching carp. Just getting the hook into the water smoothly feels like an achievement. But veteran anglers know that wild rivers are full of carp. With the right methods, you can catch them even in thick grass. Today, I'll share 3 old techniques for carp fishing in wild rivers. Master them, and maybe you'll hook a big one next time. 1. Mobile fishing. Cast multiple nests. One will always attract fish. Mobile fishing sounds complicated, but it's essentially casting a wide net and focusing on the catch. Wild river carp don't like to gather in groups. Sometimes one grassy nest has fish, other times, a clear water area has bites. Sticking to one spot might leave you empty-handed. Instead, set up multiple nests, rotate between them, and focus on whichever shows activity. How to do it? First, walk along the riverbank to find areas with sparse aquatic plants. Choose a spot every 5-6 meters and set up a nest there. Nest bait doesn't need to be fancy. Mix corn, wheat grains, and some wine-soaked rice. Use plenty of bait, at least 500 grams per nest. Don't be lazy when setting nests. Start with 4-5, spread 20-30 meters along the bank. After setting the nests, wait 30 minutes to let the bait's scent spread. Then start fishing from the first nest. Stay at each nest for 20-30 minutes, if there's no bite, move to the next. Last time I used this method in a wild river, the first 3 nests had no action. But at the 4th nest, just 10 minutes after casting, my float sank. Lifting the rod, I felt a heavy weight, and finally reeled in a 1.5 kilogram carp. What a thrill! The advantage of mobile fishing is you don't wait endlessly. Even if one nest has no fish, others act as backups, and you'll always hit a biting spot. But remember, don't set nests too close to dense grass, or your hook will snag. Avoid overly shallow areas. Water should be at least 1.5 meters deep. Carp are timid and won't stay in shallow water. Also, move quietly between nests. Wild river carp are skittish. Loud noises will scare them away. 2. Rotational fishing. Concentrate in one area. Use quantity to lure fish. If mobile fishing feels tiring or there aren't many good spots along the bank, try rotational fishing. Unlike mobile fishing, you don't need to move far. Set nests in an open water area to concentrate fish luring, then rotate between these nests. Great results guaranteed. Find a clear water patch surrounded by grass, like a small pond, and set nests there. Center on the clear water, set a nest every meter, creating a circle of 4-5 nests. Each nest needs only about 250 grams of bait. The key is letting the combined scent of multiple nests draw nearby carp. After setting the nests, rotate between them, fishing each for 10 minutes before moving to the next. Don't underestimate these nests. Their scents blend and spread, making carp swim back and forth in the area. Eventually, one nest will yield a catch. The key to rotational fishing is choosing the right central area, A small open space enclosed by grass, where carp love to shuttle. Use granular nest bait like corn or sweet potato chunks, which stay in the water longer, giving carp enough to eat so they won't swim away quickly. 3. Teasing fishing. Nest has activity but no bites? Lift the rod, and they'll bite. Sometimes a nest clearly has fish bubbles, but there are no bites, the float stays motionless. That's when teasing fishing works. Carp love dead bait, but sometimes you need to tease them, making the bait move like live prey to trigger a bite. Teasing is simple. When you sense fish in the nest, e.g., bubbles on the surface or ripples, but the float doesn't react, gently lift the rod to raise the hook and bait 20-30 cm off the bottom, then lower slowly. Repeat 3-4 times, wait 5-6 minutes, and repeat. Move gently to avoid scaring fish, don't lift too far, or the bait might fall off or snag grass. Once, while carp fishing in a wild river, my nest had bubbles, but the float didn't budge. I tried teasing a few times, and as soon as I lowered the rod, the float suddenly dipped. Lifting the rod, I felt resistance immediately, and eventually caught a 1 kilogram carp. Later I realized, the carp had already noticed the bait but was too lazy to move. Teasing made the bait come alive, so it opened its mouth. Teasing requires patience, don't rush to lift. Control the lifting range, especially in grassy areas. Too high causes snags, too low has no effect. Practice a few times, and you'll get the feel. Wild river carp fishing, the right methods matter most. In wild river carp fishing, the challenge isn't the lack of fish, but finding them in the grass. Mobile fishing expands your range, rotational fishing concentrates luring, and teasing triggers bites. Combine these 3 methods, and even thick grass won't stop you from catching carp. Don't back down from wild rivers because of grass. Find a good area, set multiple nests, rotate between them, and tease when you sense activity. You might just hook a big carp. Wild river fish are tricky, but with the right methods, you'll always catch them. That's the joy of wild fishing. About the author: I'm a fishing enthusiast and self-media blogger who loves sharing. Follow me, and we'll exchange fishing skills and discuss every detail of wild fishing for anglers. Give a like, save, and follow to never miss future updates.